Okay, I've gotten a lot of requests for shots of the undercarriage of a 67 300 Deluxe. I'm in the garage where this car has spent the last 30 years of its life. This is where I found the car, and this is where we did a lot of the build out. It's a garage, it's not a photo studio, so hopefully the video quality is good. I'm going to start in the back underneath. Put her up on a lift. Of course, a new gas tank and bands. As I said in the last video, it's got a new trunk, so you can see up in here we undercoated it, but that's all up under there is new. Again, new bands, new gas tank, and you can see some of the work we put into the undercoating. Some of the mounts. It's got 3-inch exhaust front to back. This is the Curie rear end I talked about in the previous video. Disc brakes, Hotchkiss suspension all the way around. You can see it's got the all of this has the same amount of miles on it, which I think when I looked at it when I parked it was 770 miles. Hotchkiss adjustments. There's the beginning of the floorboards, and you can see again part of the suspension there. We put in to go with the big engine, the big transmission, we put in a heavy-duty custom drive shaft. That's all brand new as well. Give you a good look at the floorboards that we put in, again, as part of the build. The undercoating is, again, because of this is a Maryland car, and we put stuff on our roads that cause them to eat up cars. So here it is from front to back. The floorboards, again, that's all new metal there. This is the 700R transmission. It's got heavy duty components inside of that. When we started, we wanted to make sure that we bought the transmission as just an empty carcass that we put all the parts into, and we bought all high performance parts in there. You see the headers coming up. There's the deep dish, deep well oil pan. See underneath the engine, suspension, again, of course, like I said before, the disc brakes up front, everything under here, all of the brake components and all of that is all new. Take a quick look under the front of the car. Again, Hotchkiss. It's probably not going to be a great video. Again, this is not a photo studio, it's a car garage. Can't see very well in there. Let me, as I said, we put my beer down. See if I can turn on a well, I was trying to turn on a flash of some sort so you can see in there. And what I'll do is I'll get a light and make that the end of the video. I'll shoot this front end again just so you can see up inside the wheel wells and all of that, and up underneath the engine. But here's what it looks like. We spent a ton of time under this car, just like we did on the outside of the car, making sure it made sense, replacing what needed to be replaced, and getting rid of anything that looked like an old car problem. I really wanted it to be a brand new 1967 Chevelle, and that's what it is today. New electrical, of course, new brake lines to go with everything else. Back on the suspension, it rides, tracks really, really well. With 700 miles on it, I haven't really gotten into it to challenge the engine or the drivetrain, but I know we've built it up to where it should do anything I want it to do. Okay, I'm going to get a light and I'll reshoot that front end so you can get a good look at what it looks like.